Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is currently 8:30 and I'm still here because I have to get ready for a clinic tomorrow. I have to groom my mare, Sunshine, and get her ready for the clinic. It's a show jumping clinic with a local instructor. Hopefully he'll actually be there. Unsure yet. He was fighting a cold, so we'll see if he has one of his working students come out instead and give the lesson instead. So I'm going to grab her, and as you can see, she's right here in the second stall. A lot of the horses that I'm working with or I compete with a lot, I keep up towards the front of the barn. And she spent most of the day outside playing around, so she's pretty dirty. So I'm going to take her in and give her a bath and groom her down. A little history about her is she's actually the daughter of Dreamer, my Akalteki stallion, and she has done good in the show jumping arena and in the hunter arena, but I kind of quit showing her because I had other horses come in, and so yeah, as you can see, bath time. She's actually really good with baths, but she tends to be fidgety in the wash rack. She doesn't really want to stand still while you're giving her a bath. Once we get into grooming, she calms down quite a bit because she actually likes to be groomed. I think she just likes to be pampered is the real story here. Once she's in her stall, I'm going to go and actually prep her grain because I hadn't made it yet. So everyone else had been fed and grain but her, since I had to pull her out still. And if she has any food in her stall, she will refuse to come out of her stall, which makes getting her ready for shows and other events at night pretty difficult sometimes. First thing I'm going to do is grab some strategy for her, then her supplements, get in her bucket, and then put it in her stall. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'll see you all in the morning when we're getting ready for the clinic. Alright, good morning everyone. So today is clinic day. Already done all my barn chores, gotten the horses taken care of that need taken care of, and dressed into my clinic outfit. I will be joined later today by my sister Rose. Hopefully, we'll see if she can make it on time. She's out volunteering in the redwood forests at the ranger station, so we'll see. So, I already got the truck and trailer hitched up earlier this morning. I was doing my chores. So all I need to do now is go collect my gear for the clinic, and then I will load up Sunshine, who, thankfully, the girl who turned out this morning remembered to leave her inside, or I'd have to do a very quick re-grooming session. So I grabbed my bridle, my saddle, and my saddle pad, and of course some grooming stuff, and I put it all in the trailer. Okay, now all I have left to do is to grab Sunshine. She started getting a little antsy while she saw me putting the tack outside in the trailer, so hopefully she will have a calm, level head by the time we get to the clinic. As I walked her out, I also kind of made sure she wasn't off at all and that, she wasn't going to just randomly appear lame when we got to the clinic. She did walk really nice and calmly for me out to the trailer, which is always kind of a good sign with my horses. If they're naughty or feeling anxious, it'll tell me what my clinic's going to be like. And sometimes it's a little crazy. Once I got her settled in the trailer, we were off, and soon we were at the riding hall for the clinic. She trailered really nice and was easy to unload, and she seemed like she traveled well. I forgot to wrap her legs before we left, because I usually wrap my horse's legs before I take them anywhere, even if it is for a short 15-20 minute drive, because a lot can happen in that amount of time. She was a little unsettled when we got there, because it's been a while since she's been to the riding hall, and at first it didn't seem too busy, but who knew what would happen once the clinics got started. I also happened to notice that my sister hadn't shown up yet, so that was something. So I did decide to tack her up. I got a blanket on her, and then my Rex Stamper jumping saddle, matching bridle, of course, my gloves, my matching helmet, and then I almost forgot to put her jumping boots on. By the time the clinic came around, it had gotten really busy, but thankfully, my sister Rose made it just in time and had actually tacked her horse up before she got there, which was a lifesaver for her and me. Also funny, she decided to wear the same outfit. But, we're sisters, so what do you expect? Once we turned to walk into the riding hall, you could tell how busy it was. It was super crowded. There was tons of dressage lessons going on and some group lessons. Plus, the riding hall itself and the jump arena was very busy. Once we were in the arena and the arena cleared out, we mounted up and started to warm up our horses. Sunshine was very forward in her walk. I think she was feeling energized and a little excited while she was being there. When we went into the trot, she really had a forward trot, making sure she was showing off that dressage side, I felt like. Then we went into the canter, and she did good. She really flew into it, and Thankfully, she calmed down, and then we did our first jump, which I came in super sideways at because, honestly, she is one of those horses you need to challenge a little bit. So that first jump was like a challenge jump for her. The second one, I set her up nicely for it. And we basically just warmed up for a little bit over some of the smaller jumps just to get the horses ready for the clinic. I noticed that Rose's horse was really forward as well. She's a thoroughbred, purebred, and she won't admit to it, but I helped her train that horse for show jumping, so both these horses haven't been really worked in a while. So after talking with the trainer's student, because it turns out he was sick, she kind of gave us a list of what kind of jumps she wanted us to do, and she was going to give us feedback based on how we did over those jumps. So she wanted us to take all the jumps at a working canter, which Sunshine did not mind at all. And we mainly just stuck with the lower jumps, but we were going to quickly move on to some of the taller jumps. This one she decided she did not like, and that we were going to refuse jumping it. So I took her back around, and Rose just kind of circled with me so that we kept the order going. The second time, of course, she jumped it. Then we went back around and took some of the smaller jumps that we had been taking. In a way, that's her reward for doing a good job finally going over that upright. And then she had us take the doubles at an extended canter so that we could get used to having to make that count and getting our horses to jump it. And thankfully, coming in at that jump at the second direction, she did not refuse, which was nice. Then I decided to just start doing all the jumps at an extended canter, because really that's the speed you're going to go during an actual show jumping competition. So I thought it'd be good to get her used to doing that again. So now my sister's going to do a little course all to herself. Here's the montage of it. So we actually rode for like another 45 minutes and got a lot of work in. The horses were very much tired after this, especially Sunshine, since she hadn't done this much work in a while. And it was a lot for her. Rose told me that I did good, and she did really good too for not doing show jumping all the time. I basically talked her into doing this clinic, and I was incredibly impressed. Sunshine was so tired, and Rose was telling me all about her adventures she's had so far in Redwood at the volunteering program she's been doing. Once we were done walking the horses around and cooling them off, we dismounted and headed back to the tack-up area so we could untack and get the horses ready to head home. I could tell that Sunshine was exhausted, not only physically but mentally, because the trainer gave us a lot of mentally exhausting jumps, if you understand what I'm saying. A lot of having to judge your distances quickly and figuring out your stride count very quickly. I mean, I know she was giving me an advanced lesson compared to Rose, but my head hurt too from figuring it all out. So once we were back, I took her saddle off, saddle pad, put her halter back on, and removed her jumping boots. Then we headed back to the trailer because Rose was going to leave her thoroughbred at my stable for the time being so that I could do some work with her actually and do more than Rose can do right now with the volunteer program. And she actually took 2 horses over there with her, and her mare was one of them. So this one's going to be staying with me. I don't remember which other horse she took with her, but this one's the one that's going to be staying with me. I've also got a lot of her other horses with me right now, so yeah, I got a full barn. And thankfully, these 2 mares get along really well with each other. So once the horses were loaded, we got back to Golden. And somehow, her mare got herself turned around in the trailer. How she did that, Rose and I still cannot figure out at all. And then, for some reason, Rose ran to the barn with her mare. I don't know why. And Sunshine didn't like the fact she got left behind. Because once she's with another horse, she likes to stick with that other horse. And the fact that her buddy just ran down to the barn without her, she did not like at all. But thankfully, Rose waited for me before we went inside the barn. Once we were inside, I'd cleared out a stall for Rose's horse to stay in. and I took Sunshine and put her away. Well, today went really well. For her first time in some heavy duty training with a good clinician, she did good. I'm impressed, very impressed with her. And of course with Rose for her amazing ability to go from not doing show jumping to show jumping very quickly. And before I go, I thought you all might like a little bit of an update on Dreamer. Dreamer is still on stall rest, but his leg is slowly healing, and probably within another 2-3 months, I'll be able to start hand walking him and re-stretching out that leg, and just hopefully getting better. Thanks for watching, everybody.